Even before we broke ground for Terminal 4 in Jewel, we already envisaged building Terminal 5.
A lot of decisions were late, were delayed. The Aerotrain is a good example. I have to answer to the public, but the Aerotrain is not a decision made by me.
What if I told you that an airport could tell the story of an entire nation? That stepping into its terminals could showcase a country's vision, progress, and global standing? For decades, two airports have stood as symbols of two neighboring nations, Singapore's Changi Airport and Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur International Airport, or KLIA. Both were built with grand visions. Both were meant to be world-class. But today, their reputations couldn't be more different. While Changi consistently ranks as the best airport in the world, drawing millions of transit passengers and tourists, KLIA struggles with broken infrastructure, endless delays, and a plummeting global ranking. One airport keeps evolving, always looking ahead. The other, caught in a cycle of operational setbacks and missed opportunities. So what happened? How did Singapore turn Changi into an aviation powerhouse, while Malaysia let KLIA fall into decline? And why does this difference matter? Not just for travelers, but for the global reputations of both countries. To understand the contrast between these two airports, we must go back to where it all began. The year is 1965. Singapore, a tiny island nation, has just separated from Malaysia. The future looks uncertain. No natural resources, no hinterland, and barely enough land to sustain itself. Few believed Singapore could survive, let alone thrive. Malaysia, on the other hand, had everything: vast land, rich natural resources, including tin, rubber, and palm oil, and well-established industries. It had a solid economic foundation, while Singapore was just a struggling city-state. But in the decades that followed, something extraordinary happened. Singapore didn't just survive, it became one of the world's wealthiest nations. And at the heart of this transformation was a relentless focus on infrastructure, efficiency, and global connectivity. Nowhere is this more evident than in Changi Airport. When Changi Airport opened in 1981, it wasn't just about giving Singapore a place for planes to land. It was about creating an experience, an ecosystem, and a world-class gateway to global connectivity. Malaysia, meanwhile, had its own grand plan. In 1998, KLIA was unveiled to great fanfare. It was modern, spacious, and designed to be Southeast Asia's premier aviation hub. But unlike Changi, which evolved with long-term vision and meticulous planning, KLIA fell victim to poor execution and a lack of sustained investment. By the 1990s, Changi had already cemented its place as a global leader, consistently winning awards and expanding its facilities. Meanwhile, KLIA, once ranked among the world's top 10 airports in 2001, 2010, 2011, and 2012, has been on a steady decline ever since. And today, the gap has never been wider. As Singapore announced plans for Terminal 5, set to handle 50 million passengers annually, Malaysia still struggles to maintain KLIA's basic operations. And perhaps the most telling setback of all, the KLIA Aerotrain, a train that has been out of service since 2023, leaving passengers stranded with shuttle buses. And that, so far, has been the reality of KLIA. Every major airport faces challenges: aging infrastructure, rising passenger numbers, and the constant need for upgrades. But at KLIA, these challenges haven't just slowed progress. They have defined the airport's reputation. The Aerotrain was once a symbol of modern efficiency. It was meant to seamlessly connect KLIA's main terminal to the satellite terminal, just like similar systems in leading airports worldwide. But in March 2023, the service was suspended after repeated breakdowns. For nearly 2 years, passengers have been forced to take shuttle buses instead, causing longer waits, overcrowding, and an experience far from the smooth, world-class journey KLIA was designed for. When Transport Minister Anthony Loke announced the termination of the original contractor overseeing the replacement project for failing to deliver on time, it was widely seen as the right decision. The Aero train service is now expected to resume by June 2025 under a new contractor, with 3 larger, brand-new trains shuttling passengers between terminals in just 3 minutes. But skepticism runs high. The replacement project has already missed 3 deadlines: July 2024 and January 2025 and March 2025, leaving many doubtful that the latest target will be met. Meanwhile, costs have ballooned to 456 million ringgit, a 15% increase from the initial budget, yet the project remains incomplete. Loke himself has expressed frustration, not just over the delays, but over the fact that he's the one constantly answering for them. The truth is, KLIA cannot afford more excuses. For an airport meant to be Malaysia's gateway to the world, a broken aero train isn't just an inconvenience. It's a symbol of stalled progress. But the aero train is just one part of KLIA's struggles. For years, travelers have voiced their frustrations about long immigration lines, slow baggage handling, poor state of toilets, and leaky ceilings. In 2024, KLIA dropped to 71st place in the Skytrax Global Airport Rankings, down from 67th the previous year. Meanwhile, Singapore's Changi Airport continues to dominate, having claimed the title of the world's best airport 12 times, most recently in 2023. For Malaysia, this isn't just about rankings, it's about reputation. An airport is the first impression of a country. When passengers arrive at KLIA and are met with long queues, outdated facilities, and limited transit options, it affects more than just their travel experience. It shapes how Malaysia is perceived on the world stage. Yes, Malaysia is betting big on KLIA's future with a massive 10 billion ringgit makeover. From modernized terminals to improved transit and expanded airline connections, the goal is clear: bring KLIA back to the world's top 10 airports by 2028. However, many are left wondering, why has it taken so long for these changes to come about? The question gained further weight when Transport Minister Anthony Loke revealed in February 2025 that KLIA Terminal 2 was still operating below its maximum capacity of 45 million passengers per year. This meant that expansion plans will only be considered once Terminal 2 reaches full capacity, hinting at more delays ahead. As Malaysia looks to expand KLIA eventually, one thing is certain: revamping the airport isn't just about improving infrastructure. It's about demonstrating Malaysia's ability to compete on the global stage. While KLIA struggles to regain its footing, Singapore is already preparing for the future. Changi Airport isn't just fixing problems, it's setting new global standards. Great airports don't just happen. They are built, refined, and reimagined over time. And nowhere is this more evident than in Singapore's Changi Airport, a name that has become synonymous with efficiency, luxury, and world-class innovation. While KLIA struggles to fix its aero train, Singapore is already building its next-generation terminal, ensuring that it stays ahead of the competition for decades to come. How did this happen? What makes Changi Airport so vastly different from KLIA? The answer lies in vision, execution, and relentless improvement. When Changi Airport first opened in 1981, it was already ahead of its time. While other airports treated passengers as mere travelers, Changi treated them as guests, offering superior service, cutting-edge efficiency, and a seamless travel experience. But what truly sets Changi apart is its willingness to evolve. Instead of waiting for infrastructure to age before making upgrades, Singapore has continuously expanded and modernized Changi to meet the demands of tomorrow's travelers. After all, the stakes here are incredibly high. Singapore is the prosperous beating heart of this part of Southeast Asia, and Changi Airport is moving the lifeblood of the city. Countless workers, like the businessmen and women who have grown the metropolis into a worldwide center for technology and business. In fact, for the last 30 years, Southeast Asian tech gurus and entrepreneurs have been building massive generational wealth, and a slice of that wealth has funneled into a non-traditional asset class, fine art. In the modern day, Hong Kong has actually surpassed London in annual auction sales, showing just how strong a run it's been over the last few decades. Not only that, but for the past 30 years, this contemporary art has seen its appreciation actually outpace more traditional assets like stocks or real estate. Don't believe us? The QR code right here will unlock the high-powered world of art investing for you too, because diversifying your own portfolio into art no longer requires billions or special connections. Masterworks Art Investing Platform, today's sponsor, already has over $1 billion of invested capital from more than 65,000 active investors, with legends like Picasso, Basquiat, and Banksy featured in their previous 450-plus art offerings. Not including unsold works, each of Masterworks' 23 exits has been profitable, distributing back over $60 million to investors, including principal. While the channel isn't able to invest, for our subscribers, you can get priority access with the QR code on screen or the link in the description. Now, back to Changi Airport. In 2017, Terminal 4 was launched, integrating cutting-edge biometric facial recognition, self-service check-ins, and automated immigration clearance, years ahead of most global airports. Then, in 2019, Singapore unveiled Jewel Changi Airport, a stunning $1.7 billion lifestyle and entertainment hub that redefined what an airport could be. Jewel was a bold, strategic move designed not just to elevate the passenger experience, but to transform Changi Airport into a destination of its own. With its blend of luxury shopping, fine dining, and immersive experiences, Jewel attracts both travelers and non-travelers alike, driving foot traffic and boosting retail revenue. More visitors mean more income, and more income fuels continuous reinvestment into the airport's future growth. Step into Jewel and it becomes clear, this is no ordinary airport. It's a place that creates an emotional connection, a place where nature, technology, and world-class hospitality converge to turn a typical transit stop into something extraordinary. At its core lies the Rain Vortex, the world's tallest indoor waterfall, cascading over 7 stories in a mesmerizing display. Surrounding it is the Shiseido Forest Valley, a lush indoor rainforest with 2,500 trees and 100,000 plants, creating an atmosphere that redefines what an airport can be. But that's not all. As Changi Airport grew, so did its capacity. Between 2015 and 2023, Terminals 1 and 2 underwent major expansions, incorporating state-of-the-art baggage handling systems, expanded check-in counters, and a fully automated special assistance lane for passengers with reduced mobility. And now, Singapore is preparing for its boldest move yet. Terminal 5, a mega terminal set to open in the mid-2030s that will add another 50 million passengers to Changi's capacity, bringing the total to a staggering 140 million passengers annually. Singapore's answer to the growing demands of global air travel, Terminal 5 will be capable of adapting to pandemics, climate challenges, and the ever-changing needs of travelers. Fully automated baggage handling, biometric immigration clearance, and AI-driven air traffic control will ensure that passengers move through seamlessly. Simply put, Changi Airport's future isn't just about being the best airport in the world today, it's about staying the best for the next 50 years. KLIA, to its credit, has cultural charm. Its main terminal pays homage to Malaysia's heritage with traditional Islamic-inspired skylights and a rainforest ambiance. And when it comes to social media appeal, KLIA held its own in 2024, ranking 4th on Instagram's most hashtagged airports list, beating Changi Airport. But hashtags don't translate into seamless experiences. The fact is, KLIA seems to lack a clear, forward-thinking strategy to stay competitive. While Changi has continuously reinvented itself to adapt to evolving demands, KLIA still operates with a layout and infrastructure largely unchanged since its opening in 1998. KLIA's planned upgrades, like self-baggage drop-offs and new lounges by 2025, are steps forward, but they pale beside Singapore's leaps. This stagnation means that by the time KLIA finalizes its next terminal expansion, Changi will likely have already unveiled yet another world-class facility, poised to dominate global air traffic. The stark contrast between Changi Airport and KLIA extends beyond infrastructure. It is also about management approach. Changi Airport is operated by Changi Airport Group, a corporatized entity solely focused on aviation development. Its strategic planning and proactive investment in innovation ensure that it remains ahead of global trends, continuously refining the passenger experience and enhancing efficiency. KLIA, on the other hand, is managed by Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad, a government-linked entity overseeing 39 airports across the country. Balancing resources across a large portfolio presents complex operational challenges, requiring careful prioritization of investments and upgrades. While MAHB has taken steps to enhance KLIA's facilities, the airport has faced difficulties in maintaining its global standing, prompting calls from industry experts for more strategic long-term planning to boost its competitiveness. Compounding the challenges, decision-making has reportedly been hindered by a lack of aviation expertise among MAHB's board members, further complicating efforts to drive meaningful improvements. Recognizing the need for change, Malaysia moved to privatize MAHB in February 2025, with a consortium led by Khazanah, EPF, and global infrastructure partners taking over. However, many remain skeptical about whether this move will be enough to reverse KLIA's decline. Despite GIP's experience managing major airports in the UK and Australia, its track record does not place these airports among the world's best. Gatwick and Sydney, for instance, ranked 48th and 55th in the 2024 Skytrax ratings, far behind Singapore's Changi Airport in second place. While the privatization deal offers hope for a shift in direction, the real test will be whether the new management structure can overcome the systemic issues that have hindered KLIA's growth. Only time will tell if the infusion of expertise and capital from the consortium can rejuvenate KLIA and elevate it to the level of its regional counterparts. So, is Changi Airport superior to KLIA? The answer seems clear. Changi Airport offers the complete package: cutting-edge design, top-tier amenities, and a commitment to relentless innovation. KLIA, while a solid hub with its own unique charm, is still playing catch-up to Changi Airport. But it's not just KLIA that Malaysia is trailing behind Singapore in. Malaysia Airlines, the country's national carrier, has been on a steady decline, while Singapore Airlines continues to rack up accolades and maintain its place as one of the world's top carriers. But why the stark contrast? Watch this video to find out more.